Come on, guys. Got a pretty nice day again today. And this thing here is pretty much left off where we was before. I figured I would do kind of build as I go video. We got to mount a tail light on here and make a mount for the headlight, and I need to make a clutch cable mount, and I need to make an intake manifold. If you watched this series previously, I had a little intake manifold. It was like a wedge, and the problem with it is the carburetor was like tilted like this, and I just don't like it. What I'm going to do here is actually I'm going to make one out of steel. This right here would be the piece that bolts onto the carburetor, and this right here would be the piece that bolts to the engine. You see there's like an O-ring groove in it, and pretty much I got an old header off of something. Somebody just brought this to me. I have no idea what it was for, but I cut out a couple pieces of angle out of it, and I'm figuring on kind of welding a piece here, have to shorten it here, and then this piece here will get welded to the other piece, and then the mount go on here. And I kind of got to figuring out, I got some clearances to be able to kind of set this guy right in here, and plastics kind of wrap around it. Everything will clear. I can't put it on the other side because the exhaust comes down through there. So it will have, an intake manifold that's like probably 7 inches of travel to get to the engine, but I have seen long intake manifolds for these engines, so I don't think it's going to hurt anything. But well, we'll get started. Alright, keep this kind of easy. And you can see here, this piece of metal isn't wide enough to mount the light. So what I'm going to do, and then this right here is kind of offset, so it doesn't match that. So what I'm going to do is run one screw through here, and the wiring will match up with the hole. This screw here will just get tightened down, keep the face on here. And then I'm going to drill holes. I'm going to drill holes in here, and then you can see here through this thing, this back plate right here kind of has a gap, and I'll just run screws, not very far in it, but run screws into the back of this, kind of hold it on there. I really don't feel like getting into a whole bunch of detail with this thing, so it won't be perfectly centered either. It'll be kind of like this, but I'll go with that. And a tire right there, I need to do something about the bead in it. You can probably hear it leaking in the video. It didn't seem like it went all the way up against the rim. Take it off and check it out. Alright, we got the tail light mounted. I ended up putting it on there center. What it is, I just kind of notched out the metal a little bit so the wiring could clear. These bolts are snugged up to the edge, and I got little screws that came out of something that was like plastic. I just took it apart and stole the hardware like a long time ago, and it's fastened to the back of the plate. So there's that. And then the clutch cable, I already did everything. I'll explain what I did. This bracket right here used to be right here flipped over, and this little notch right here used to go in this groove that keeps it from rotating. And I just cut out a piece of steel, drilled a hole in it, cut a notch in it so the anti-rotation thingy's in there, and then welded this to that. And then see if I can show you it working. There it is. So up next, I guess, would be that intake manifold. Alright, Alright, so I had a lazy moment and didn't start on that intake manifold yet, but I got the headlight mounted. This is those LED thingies, and use an old motor mount right here, and it was pretty close to the same bolt pattern. I just had to drill the holes out a little bit bigger, you know, to get a wider spread on it, and then just bolt it to it. Yeah, that's gonna be a sweet headlight. I can just tell already when just playing around with it. Well, I guess I'll start on that intake manifold. That's gonna be a rough one. Alright, so I failed to make that intake manifold stainless-ish material that the tube's made out of. I just could not weld it. It's so bad, I'm not even going to show you. But yeah, as you can see here, I have no trouble welding up the steel stuff. But maybe if I had a stainless rod or something like that, I'd be able to do it. So I put one of these rubber intake things on. What I didn't like about it is that, and I'll show you, body plastics on there just to kind of get. You see here, I got clearance problems with my air cleaner. I had to like smash it down a little bit to get it to go, and I don't like the angle that the carburetor's on. I suppose maybe as long as it's not leaking anywhere, and then, you know, like the bowl ain't leaking over, then it'd be alright. I don't like these rubber intake manifolds of the Chinese because after a few rides they crack and break. I think maybe I might try to put maybe wrap some zip ties around this to the frame, and maybe, you know, the vibration won't, maybe it won't break so fast. They're only like $8 to your door, but it's just a pain in the butt. It's like every few rides these break. But I'm sick and tired of messing with this intake thing. My notched out frame right here is helping for clearance, which I did before, you know, to make this work before, but I just wanted something a little bit better. I'm going to clean this exhaust up a little bit, and it needs finish welded. The back side of this isn't welded, and get the pipe on it. And I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so we got the exhaust system on there, and this muffler used to be just a regular muffler with the aluminum case and it's like chrome ends, and now it has a half of a automotive Thrusher glass pack. That's what's inside of it. But boy, I'm tired of messing with this for the day. I think I got a lot done with it today, and I guess I'll catch you guys later.